Today we're going to discuss oral communication. The first thing we're going to talk about are the 4 types of communication. Number 1, verbal communication.
Hi, I'm Breland. Hi, I'm Parker.
Nonverbal communication.
Hi.
Written communication, like in emails or letters or even signs. And visual aid communication. That's using pictures, diagrams, or even books.
Ooh.
Next, let's talk about language and symbols. Language could be the way that we speak, whether Spanish, English, French, or language could be the names that we give different things and different symbols. Like this would be what I call a pencil. Someone else, though, they might call it a wooden pen. Another example is little Johnny here.
Hi, little Johnny.
Was raised by his mother to think that a desk is actually called a pickle. Johnny, sit at your pickle.
Okay.
Now little Johnny here would never know that this is actually called a desk and not a pickle until he decided to go to school one day.
Johnny, sit at your desk. What? Your desk. That's a pickle.
Poor little Johnny, he had no idea. Moving right along to nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication radiates through our senses, whether that's our sight, our sound, smell, and touch. The types of nonverbal communication are body movement. Our body movement speaks volumes and can tell a lot about someone. Time communication. Time communication can tell you a lot about someone's way they are, like at work. Are you a late one, or are you always on time? Or even a little early? Your smell communication. Smell communication can tell a lot about someone's home or their person. Hopefully it's a good thing. Does your home smell good with all the wonderful candles and incense? Or what about that body spray that you're putting on? Touch communication is one of the most powerful types of communication there is in the world. Touch communication happens most often with family and close friends. Some touches can be good. Some touches can be bad. Paralanguage is another type of communication, which happens to be the way that you vocalize, the way you put your emphasis on what you're saying. Like this little girl right here. She loves to dance.
I love dancing.
But this little boy
I don't like dancing.
doesn't like dancing. Space. Space is another nonverbal communication. That can tell a lot about the way you feel towards someone else, whether it's a very intimate conversation between 2 people and there's like no space between you, or there's a whole bunch of space between you. Depends on the environment and the cultures. Artifacts. Artifacts are the clothing that you wear, the way you do your hair, the way you have your earrings, your necklaces, jewelry, the furniture, or even the artwork at your home. Now moving on. Now that we've talked about different types of communication, verbal, nonverbal, etc., let's talk about the speech process. The initial speech preparation. The process of the speech is the general purpose, is the number 1. What kind of speech are you going to have? Is it going to be an information speech, a persuasive speech, or a speech to entertain? Number 2 is let's select that topic. Start with simple topics. Maybe something that you already know a lot about. Number 3, narrow down the topics. Don't choose something that is so broad, like bands. Try to pick one band. Finding the key. We want to find the key in the feature that describes the similarities. Writing the specific goal statement. This should describe the point that you are trying to make in the speech. This should also be a full, complete sentence. Next, you're going to want to write the thesis. The thesis is a statement of an extension of the specific goal statement. Number 7, audience analysis. Who are you speaking to? Adapt to your audience. Make sure your speech coincides with who you're talking to. Research. Whether you know everything about your topic or nothing at all, make sure you research what you're talking about. Organizing. This includes the time, the space, the classification, the comparison, and the contrast of your topic. Number 10 is the outline. This is where you take all the information from your speech and lay it out in an outline with the different points that you are trying to make before giving your speech. And last but not least, your delivery style, your visual aids, and practice. How will you deliver your speech? What visual aids will you use? And make sure to practice, practice, practice. I want to thank everyone for taking the time to listen to my speech. And I want to thank all the little people who helped me make this. Thank you.
Love y'all.